You think you're losing to Oxbridge candidates. You're not. You're losing to yourself. I've seen Cambridge students get rejected from every single Magic Circle law, and I've seen Queen Mary students land Clifford Chance training contract interviews. In this video, I'm going to show you the real reasons you're getting rejected, and none of them are your grades, your university, or your connections. Let me start by destroying a myth that's costing you offers. Here's what most candidates believe. I didn't get the offer because I went to a non-target university. I didn't get the offer because my grades weren't good enough. I didn't get the offer because I didn't have the right connections. Another one, I didn't get the offer because the other candidates had more experience. I hear this every single week. And every single week, I have to explain why it's wrong. Let me give you some real examples. I had a client, Cambridge University, first class degree, perfect on paper, applied to every Magic Circle form for 3 consecutive years, rejected everywhere. She came to me convinced that the system was rigged. It wasn't. Her outputs were generic, her motivation answers sounded like everyone else's, and her CV described what she did, not the value she created. Meanwhile, I had another client with low A-level grade and a non-target university. On paper, less than 1% chance of landing an elite training contract. We rebuilt everything. PO3 for motivation, Star 3 for competencies, and BDC for interviews. Result, ropes and grey, and an NQ salary track predicted £165,000. Same recruitment process, very different credentials, opposite outcomes. The Cambridge candidate had prestige. The non-target candidate had outputs. Here's the truth. Prestige does help. It's a signal of academic strength. However, that doesn't help you pass an interview process or a recruitment process. Once you're in the interview room, no one cares what school you went to. They care what comes out of your mouth. Ultimately, the right outputs get you an offer. An elite university alone simply does not. So if it's not your university and it's not your grades, why are you actually getting rejected? 3 reasons amongst many, and I'm going to break down each one. Reason 1, you're optimizing the wrong stage. This is generally the biggest mistake I see. Candidates spend months on interview preparation when they're not even getting interviews. Rehearsing competency answers when their CVs or application forms or cover letters don't make it past the sift. They read the Financial Times religiously when their whine or answer sounds like everybody else. Let me explain how the recruitment funnel actually works. First of all, stage 1, the sift. This is your CV and application. The question being asked is, does this person look low risk on paper and a future business, legal, and strategic advisor? Stage 2, online tests. For instance, interviews. The question is, can this person perform consistently under time pressure? Stage 3, interviews. Structured behavioral questions, motivational deep dives. The question is, do their answers survive follow-up questions? Stage 4, assessment centers or super days for investment banking. Real-time execution, case studies, group exercises, partner conversations. The question is, can this person reason under pressure and hold a commercial conversation? Here's the problem. Most candidates simply have no idea which stage is killing it. Most candidates have no idea which stage is killing them. Is it Watson Glaser or Highview? We just don't know. If you're not getting interviews, your CV or application form is probably the problem, not your interview technique. If you're getting interviews but not offers, your answers are collapsing somewhere. If you're reaching assessment centers but not converting, it's probably commercial fluency. Maybe that you can't hold an effective conversation with a partner. You can't fix what you can't diagnose. And most students, sadly, are guessing. I had a client at Warwick, strong academics, solid profile. They applied to 12 investment banking programs, 0 interviews. He was convinced he needed more technical preparation on DCFs LBOs, and WAC ratios. He was wrong. His CV was a problem. Every bullet point was vague, no numbers, no outcomes. We rebuilt it with VTMR, verb, task, metric, result. And guess what? He got interviewed at bulge brackets investment banks. At bulge bracket investment banks. Reason 2, your outputs are generic. Let me read you a typical CV bullet I see from students. Assisted the team with research and analysis tasks. What's wrong with this? Well, everything. First, it's a passive verb. Assisted tells me nothing about what you actually did. Were you leading, executing, or observing? Secondly, no specificity. What kind of research? What analysis? For what purpose? Third, no metrics. How much? How many? What scale? Fourth, no result. What happened because of your work? What changed? Recruiters spend generally less than 10 seconds on your CV. If your bullet points look like this, you're done before you start. Now, let me read you what the same bullet point looks like after we apply VTMR. Led competitor analysis across 12 firms, built valuation model identifying £2 million pricing gap, presenting findings to the partner committee. Same experience, completely different impact. The first version describes activity. The second version demonstrates value. And it's not just CVs. Your motivational answers are probably generic too. Let me guess what your why corporate law answers sound like. I've always been passionate about corporate law. I love problem solving and helping clients achieve their goals. This intellectual challenge excites me. Generally, a lot of candidates say this. It's, well, unverifiable. It tells the recruiter nothing specific about you. And the moment they ask a follow-up question, can you give me a specific example? You're scrambling. Generic outputs disappear. Structured outputs convert. Reason 3, you can't survive follow-ups. This is what killed candidates in interviews for corporate law, investment banking, and PE. You've memorized your answers, practiced your stories, you walk in confident. Then the interviewer pushes. Why did you do that specifically? Why or what would you have done differently? And maybe walk me through your thinking step by step. What did you learn that you applied since? And suddenly you're fumbling because you memorized a story, not a structure. You prepared a script, not a framework. Memorized answers collapse under pressure. Frameworks simply. I had a client from a Tier 1 London university, 2-2 in their first year, 4 consecutive years of rejection. His answers sounded polished on the surface, but every time an interview went one level deeper, he fell apart. His stories were thin, no specifics, no ownership, no reflection. We built everything with star 3. Situation, task, 3 layers of action, and 3 layers of result. Every action showed different skills. Every result was quantified. Each story had depth. The result, a Baker McKenzie training contract with an approximate NQ salary track of £145,000. 4 years of rejection, very simple turnaround. The difference wasn't his profile, it was his structure. So how do you figure out where you're actually failing? You diagnose the stage. Let me walk you through how we do this. Stage 1, diagnosis, the sift. Ask yourself, am I getting interviews? This is the most important question. If you're applying to 10, 20, and 50 firms, and you're getting 0 or no interview invites, your written outputs are the problem. Your CV isn't converting, your motivational answers aren't standing out. The fix is VTMR for your CV. Every bullet point needs a verb, task, metric, and result. And PO3 for your motivation. Point, evidence, analysis link with 3 technical data points linked to the career. We had someone reach out from a state school background. They applied to Clifford Chance. Using our free content, he rebuilt his CV with VTMR. Results, early talent development program offer. We had someone reach out, 0 budget. They used the VTMR structure and this enabled outcomes. What was this? A Clifford Chance early talent development program. If you're not getting past the sift, you don't need more applications, you need better applications. Stage 2, the diagnosis online. For the online stages, are we asking ourselves, am I clearing tests and video interviews consistently? If you're getting to higher view or online assessments but failing there, it's usually one of two things. Either you're not practicing under time pressure or your video presence needs work. For higher view specifically, we see candidates fail all the time because sadly they're too slow to start speaking, they use filler words constantly, or their answers have no structure. The fix simply is repetition, structured repetition, recorded practice, timed answers, and a framework like STAR3 that gives you structure under pressure. We had a client from Goldman Sachs, the University of Westminster, and on target. His high view latency was pretty low, 4.5 seconds. We ran 8 simulated sessions focusing on speed and STAR3 structure. Latency dropped to 1.3 seconds. Result, Goldman Sachs Super Day, the top 1% of 270,000 applicants. If you're failing at video interview stage, you don't need more knowledge, you need more repetition. If you're failing at video stage, you don't need more knowledge, you need more repetition. Stage 3, interviews. Ask yourself, am I getting to interviews but not advancing? If you're reaching first round interviews but not progressing, your answers are probably collapsing under follow-ups. You sound prepared on the surface, but when the interviewer pushes, there's nothing underneath. Now, the fix here is STAR3, a structure that builds depth into every answer. The fix is STAR3, a structure that builds depth into every answer. 3 actions that show 3 different skills, 3 results that are quantified, reflection that demonstrates learning. And it's also Peel 3 and Peel X for motivation questions. Your why this career and why this firm answers. Your why this career and why this firm answers need to be structured, evidenced, and firm specific. We had a client, 4 years of rejection, 0 legal internships, and BBA level. His interview answers were thin. We rebuilt them with STAR3 and Peel 3. He did 20 higher view mocks with us until his pass rate hit 90%. Results, a White & Case training contract, a 175k NQ forecast. If you're failing at interviews, focus on structure. Stage 4 diagnosis, the assessment center. Ask yourself, am I reaching final rounds but not converting? If you're getting to assessment centers or super days but not getting offers, it's usually commercial fluency. You can answer structured questions, but you can't hold a real conversation with the partner. You can't reason through a commercial problem in real time. For instance, why may company A pursue an M&A? The fix is commercial fluency training, not just reading the news, understanding how events affect revenue and strategy for specific firms and clients. We have a client, Karam, from the University of Exeter, targeting Blackstone. Strong at interviews, but he kept failing at the final stage. We trained commercial fluency, drivers, stakeholders, value. The result, Blackstone Spring Week, one of the most competitive programs in the world. Very simply, if you're failing at assessment centers, you don't need more polish. You probably need to think more like a commercial advisor. Let me tell you what happens if you don't diagnose this properly. Recruitment cycles very simply are fixed. Goldman Sachs opens in approximately August, White & Case approximately in September, October. These deadlines don't move. If you miss a cycle, you're not waiting. You're losing a year of compounding because elite outcomes build on each other. Spring weeks lead to summer internship programs, which lead to graduate offers. Vacation schemes generally also lead to training contract positions, which then lead to NQ positions. Every cycle you miss is a cycle your competitors don't miss. While you're reapplying, they're converting. While you're figuring out what went wrong, they're building their career. And, to be frank, the financial cost is real. At the top end, newly qualified salaries at top US law firms or around £175,000 to £180,000. Investment banking sides are also incredibly high. Over a 30-year career, the difference between an elite trajectory and an average one is measured in the millions, if not 10 million in extreme circumstances. Missing one cycle isn't just 1 year. It's 1 year of compounding you'll never get back. That is why diagnosis matters. You can't afford to guess. You can't afford to spray effort everywhere. You define the bottleneck and fix it before the next deadline passes. So here's what I want you to do. First, diagnose your stage. Look at your last 5 applications. Where did they die? Did you get interviews? Did you pass video stages? Did you fail in the room? Be honest with yourself. Secondly, identify the output that's failing. If it's the SIFT, it's your CV and written answers. If it's interviews, it's your Star 3 stories and motivation answers. If it's assessment centers, it may be your commercial fluency. Third, fix that stage before you apply again. Don't keep submitting the same broken outputs, expecting different results. Rebuild, test, iterate. Now, if you don't know which stage you're failing, or you don't know how to fix it, that is what we're here for. The first step is a diagnostic. You'll do many things. 1, diagnose your current stage. 2, identify your specific bottleneck. And 3, tell you exactly what needs to be fixed and in what order. 4, we will recommend the right pathway or tell you we are not a fit for you. This is application only. We don't work with everyone. If you want generic advice, your university career service is free. If you want offer engineering, we've supported outcomes at Tier 1 investment banks and corporate law firms. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, to Blackstone, to White & Case, to Ropes & Gray, to many others. The question is whether we can assist you to get there. Link in bio, application only. I'll see you in the next video.